Once the meeting is over, I will make a necessary proposal.
Elisha, why don't you go on?
I pledge in favor of a mass manipulation, a change in the people's cultures and inner beliefs. Religions do recommend a specific behavior to people until their last day because they provide an answer to the greatest mystery of life, death. Whether you access a pleasant afterlife or not is according to your behavior on this planet.
You're completely right, Alicia. Religion does define morality.
And what if there is no great architect that conceived our universe? What defines morality then? What is good and what is bad?
You again.
What is good and what is bad is at first a social construct, and then an individual one. And after that, the individual himself decides whether or not to respect the morals imposed on him.
Great. Well, you all know that religions recommend people to spread love, to respect one another, to try and help and improve the lives of everyone. Because the great architect would be proud, and people would gain their ticket to a happy afterlife.
And what if there is no happy afterlife?
Why do you always need to intervene?
She is right. Keep silent, please.
The quest for wisdom is a never-ending process.
Anyways, the terrorist groups and sects we created, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, the KKK, they are doing a great job. They create fear and slowly reduce the number of humans. My idea is to support and create more of these groups around the world, create a common enemy that could strike at any moment, taking your soul out of your miserable body.
You know what, overall, I really liked your idea. But, I don't know. We've already created most of these terrorist groups and shit. So, I don't know, can we maybe for once propose something that's new, original, maybe?
Now I understand why the UN do so little.
They sure still do more than you. Your Honor, please let's end her days. Right here, right now.
If you keep fighting, we will never end the meeting.
Well, when we reach a point where everyone is afraid and has lost all their hope, we would create a new religion uniting all the different terrorist groups. They would all take an oath and bow their heads under the beauty of the supreme leader. I would be the supreme leader, of course.
You, the supreme leader?
Oh, you are not going to sleep in your bed tonight.
Alicia, calm down. You don't have to be this aggressive.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. You're just trying to bring wisdom to the table. I just cannot sit here and listen to you anymore. It's always the same story with you. You start off well, but in the end, it's terrible. But please do not stop on my account. Go on.
In my opinion, the religious institution needs to be the state. With this new religion, we would redefine morality and write universal rules to guarantee stability. We need to write a new sacred book. This sacred book would be learned by everyone. It would be our civilization's pillar. This is a necessary step of brainwashing to ensure peace and prosperity. And I already found the name of this universal religion. Perfectastism.
I am mind blown.
Of course. Fuck yeah, you're mind blown.
So, conclusion, religions and their institutions are problematic.
My plan will happen sooner or later. It may take time, but I know it will.
I liked the sacred book idea.
Can I please explain my point?
Yes, go on.
We should develop the brainwashing idea that Alicia proposed, but in another way. We should use the internet to strengthen the stereotype of the perfect man and the perfect woman. People will strive to be like what they see, but they'll never be able to, and thus will be miserable.
And how would you define perfection when perfection is subjective and relative? to your situation.
Well, the perfect woman is not like you, for sure.
Not like you either.
We will show them that success in life is directly linked to material possessions. People will be superficial and live based off of the opinions that others have of them.
My dear, that is very disturbing, especially if you're obese.
Exactly. Which is why we should create some type of way to distract them, make them forget about how miserable they are. We should change the content that we put out there, like the music that they listen to, the movies and the videos that they watch, and they'll be addicted to all of this, of course, and they'll forget about their valueless lives.
Asma, did you consider the simple fact that all of this has already been done?
Abso-fucking-lutely, Asma never comes up with new ideas.
You speak too quickly. I want people to lose the will to live, which is why we should make suicide accessible to everyone. Create a way for people to live without suffering.
An overdose will help, but true, drugs can make you live happily.
Yes, and of course in our depressed society, suicide rates would spike. Although, not everyone would choose to commit suicide, but we shouldn't worry about them. We would have already dissolved their brains. However, there should be a moment where we should transform the zombies we created into human beings again.
What?
Well, we could once again change the content that we put out there. Everything that's in the media would be manipulated once again. And we would do this to create an educational system that strives to increase the wisdom of the people, which will obviously lead to peace and prosperity.
Again, inconsiderate. What about people that do not have internet?
Yeah, the worldwide restructuration would be easier with less people. We lack deaths.
That is actually quite an interesting idea. So far, from what I've heard, I'm disgusted.
Why do you say so?
We are missing the core values. We are missing the core values, the idea of how we're going to make the world a better place. We're missing the idea of... I got it. I know exactly what the fuck we have to do. And it should be a combination of everything which we have discussed today.
And how do you do that, Felipe?
Well, my dear Svetlana, since memorial times, the secret government has been present to take care of humanity. Great men have risen to take decisions which would lead towards progress, the very preservation of the human species. Since the times of great minds such as Plato and Da Vinci, the world has been the child to our society as we have followed the will of the great architect. But at what price? Let me remind you that it was us who killed half of Europe with the bubonic plague. Let me remind you that it was us who backed up the Nazi regime and moreover backed up one of history's greatest genocides in Palestine. We convinced the masses to reject the welfare state and moreover freed the markets in order to let multinational corporations to exploit the lower classes with ease. We have poisoned their sources of food, their fucking oceans, and their fucking land in order to increase cancer rates, while distracting them from their slow and painful death with shitty visual entertainment. We have done all of this in order to save the world, but that for what? Not even if we are to motherfucking crash the goddamn Bitcoin, are we going to be able to fulfill our goals. What we need is World War III, people. I can get Donald Trump to launch a missile all the way to North Korea. I want China fighting with the goddamn United States of America for world supremacy. And then, in order to spice things up, I can get Vladimir Putin to go to Africa and take it from the Chinese. I want one of the greatest armed conflicts in all of history. And like that, we will kill all of them useless bastards. And we'll liberate all of them pieces of shit that live in garbage, to liberate them from their fucking existence. And once it's all over, once it's all over, and the world raises from its ashes, we shall be there in order to be the saviors of humanity. And what we will do is gather all the survivors into tiny villages throughout the world, where we will give them sacred text, where they will follow a school of wisdom, which will tell them that happiness is a true path for humanity. And just like that, from death and agony, we shall have created an everlasting peace.
Wow, that was impressive.
I'm speechless.
Brilliant, Felipe. Congratulations.
I need a break.
Wait, didn't you have an announcement to make?
You're right. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't gonna be easy. After everything we've done today, I have to. I can't, Richard. I can't.
Solomon, I gave you a chance. But if you don't want to play by the rules, we can play a different way. For now, nobody fucking moves!
Move!
No.
You are not the guide anymore! You are no one to give orders. Felipe, pick him up, please. Clem.
Get off me!
I am the guide now. And whoever doesn't think so shall feel a bullet crushing their beautiful skull.
What is having all this power going to bring to you, Richard?
Please, he has a gun.
Shut the fuck up!
Solomon, you just don't understand. It is everything. You have not lived what I have lived for the past 10 bloody years.
But why? Why would you want to be head of a government that brings incessant chaos to millions?
Chaos? But don't you see that we do good here? You just don't see good the same way I do. After all, I am a good man, right? We create good for the humanity. You're just not ready to accept the mission of great architect. You're not ready to make people suffer because we need chaos before establishing peace.
You're a psychopath!
Keep calm, my beautiful girl.
No, Richard, it's you who does not understand. There are people in this world that they possess a light that shines so bright. They spend every single hour of their life working their hands to their bones to make the ones they love happy. They are remorseless. These are the people that are good, not you.
Stella, do you want to know what this man did in order to get to the Rosank?
No.
Well, he killed a man, and happy to do so. So what the fuck are you talking about being good? I am doing good. I feel proud before going to bed of what I am and who I do. And in this society, I am proud of what we all do for the peace and prosperity in the world.
You are no one. You will never be anyone, as might I. Because time, it erases every single trace we leave on this planet. Regardless of what we do, it is gone the moment we leave this planet. So Richard, why waste your time creating chaos when you could find that love? You could be like every other person. You could feel useful.
Solomon, you know, it gladdens me that you recognize that you are no one, because soon no one will remember who you are.
It doesn't matter anymore. I found everything I've lacked. For all these years, it doesn't matter. I found it in you, and I do it all over again. No, please. Please don't leave me. No, please. Again. No, please. Please don't leave me.
Solomon, I will not have any remorse if you die today.
No, please. Richard,
I'm
please.
ready.
Please don't do this.
Do it.
No, please.
Do it.
Richard, no.
Do it.
Poor girl. She was going to die anyways.
You monster! What have you done?
I'm utterly sorry, Solomon. It is the fate you chose.